What's up guys, I'm Jaime, this is Anything Garage, and welcome to today's episode. Brand new KP Mini 150 RS. We're gonna do 3 simple modifications and see if we can get a higher top speed, so stay tuned and let's find out. What modifications are we going to do? Simple, just the chain, sprocket, and spark plug. This is a gold niche or niche or whatever you want to call it, X-ring chain 428. We have our NGK Spark Plug CR7E and a 16-tooth sprocket by JT Sprockets. These are the tools you are going to need to do this job. 8mm socket, 13mm socket, 5/8 spark plug socket, any tool you have to drive those sockets, and a number 5 Allen wrench. You will also need these tools to adjust the tension on your chain and loosen up the axle on your rear swing arm. A 15mm wrench and 18mm socket. The wrench is to hold down that axle and the socket is to loosen up the nut tightening down that axle on your swing arm. And then we will need 2 13mm for adjusting your adjuster bolts for the chain, a dead blow hammer unless you want to punch your tire in, and a power tool. I'm using a power tool to loosen up that rear axle. First thing we have to do is remove the front sprocket cover. That is going to be 2 bolts that hold the cover, 8mm. Top bolt has a ground. Before we remove the front sprocket cover, we need to remove the plastic cover for the rear set. And to do that, we will use the Allen wrench. We also need to remove that bolt there. This one does not do anything. And the 13mm nut holding the rear passenger foot peg. Now we can go ahead and remove the front sprocket cover. As you can see, this motorcycle comes equipped with a 15-tooth front sprocket, and it seems to be branded, but I couldn't tell you what brand that is. But we're going to be replacing it with a 16-tooth. For continuing, we need to remove the master link off of the chain, and we can use a slotted screwdriver and put the bike in first gear as to not move. And you just pull back. And remove the link. Take this chain, well, maybe put a neutral first. Slide the chain out completely. We will not be using this chain anymore. Here is our JT sprockets. Make sure the lettering and the tooth count is facing to you. When you put this in, it does not matter what way it goes. Just get it in there, and we're going to be using the parts we used on our old sprocket. Make sure you line it all up. Now we can put our new chain on. I think the original chain is 106 teeth. I got a 108 teeth, and I will have that on the description. And it also comes with your master link with the X-rings. So as you can see, our chain is just a little bit too long, so I'm going to loosen up these chain adjusters and adjust it so we can put that master link in here. And after that, we're going to adjust the chain tension. Okay, now to do that, we need to loosen this axle, wheel axle, 15mm on this side and 17mm on the other side. And if you were like me, I did not have my spools ordered yet, so I had the motorcycle lifted here. But you need to get the spools. Luckily, I have bolts that are the correct size, which is M8 1.5 pitch on both sides, and I'm able to lift the motorcycle on those bolts. But do get your spools ordered. It is an 18mm socket and 15mm on this side. And we're just loosening it for now, actually. Sorry for the angle. There is a Ducati right behind me. Now that we have things loosened, we can grab our 13mm wrench and loosen this bolt on top of this one. We do this on both sides. Now we can just pull our wheel back and see where we sit. Okay. Now we can put our master link in here and make adjustments to our chain. Now that our chain is on, we can adjust. So all we have to do is pull back and make sure we have a good chain tension. When we are done adjusting, make sure that these lines here line up with the other side. That way you know you have a good alignment. Keep in mind, whenever you adjust your chain and you have it at a certain tension, whenever you tighten that axle bolt, it's gonna change tension to even tighter. So you're going to have to make fine adjustments. So any new chain, gold or not, is going to stretch after a while. So always come back and do maintenance on your chain and keep it lubricated as well. By the way, this chain is lubricated. Okay, last thing left is our spark plug. On the left side of your swing arm, you will find the spark plug gap, which is going to be 0.8 to 0.9. Okay. Our spark plug is on the right side of our motorcycle. Okay, here is the original spark plug, B8RTC by Torch. We're going to now install our NGK. Okay, these don't go on too tight. And then we'll put this back on. The original spark plug, by the way, is capped at just at 0.030, so it's a little bit low. So if you don't change the original spark plug, make sure it's capped at 0.032 to 0.035. Now that we have everything installed, we will wait until morning so we can test ride this and see what difference it makes.
So let's talk about these modifications. These aren't exactly modifications to make your bike go faster. I guess the sprocket would be if your bike can handle that higher gearing with more power, and we don't have power modifications, I guess, except the spark plug. But let's get real, that probably doesn't really add in more power, but it technically is a better spark plug than the stock one. So maybe 0.1 more horsepower, who knows. So let's check this. The chain, you know, it's a better quality chain than original again. So, you know, chain, spark plug, and sprocket, $55 is how much I spent on these things. It didn't take very long to install, and right off the bat I know that first gear is more usable on the street, and when you're cruising your RPMs are lower, so I guess that's better for the engine. So we're gonna turn around here. A lot of wind. I can feel that wind. We're on a crosswind. Fifth gear. RPMs are really low. Barely moving. 60 miles per hour. 61. 62. Yeah. Very windy. We're gonna turn around and see if that makes a difference. I think, what was that? 62 miles per hour, and there was a lot of wind. I can feel the difference between last time I tried this. In case anyone is curious or wondering what I'm using to record this in my setup, I am using the Bell Eliminator helmet. Very sweet helmet. Looks very cool. And the Fulime X5 dual wireless microphones. So that's what you're listening to. And the DJI Action Osmo 3 action camera. And most of my videos are recorded on a Samsung Galaxy S22. None of the videos are edited. It's just, you know, kind of what it is. And I lost balance because I'm going too slow. Okay, let's try this going that way, see if it makes a difference. And this way does go, I think, a little bit uphill. I'm not too sure. And yeah, there is a lot less wind. I can feel it right away. Less wind, a lot less wind. 62. Yeah. Fifth gear, not making a difference. What if I drop a gear? Red line, 63, 64. We are going uphill. 65. Uphill, uphill, uphill. Let's see if we can get anything when it straightens up. Right now we are straight. I'm at about a full tank as I can get. 65. 66. Let's try 5th. That's the stop sign. 66. Yeah. Woo! 66 miles per hour. Whoa. So, 66 miles per hour is our speed. And we were doing uphill for a good minute. I would say, is that an improvement? I'm not sure. Maybe if we left that 15 tooth gear, maybe a little bit higher, maybe 1 more mile per hour if it was the same conditions. But at the same time, our RPMs are not really all that high. And I guess it's better for the engine. Maybe we lost a little bit of acceleration because technically, for sure, we do lose some torque. So, anyway, that is what we are doing. 66 miles per hour, full tuck. So, is it worth it? $55, lower RPM, better chain, and a better spark plug than stock. I imagine NGK is better than that torch spark plug. So, you know, $55 and whatever time it took me to install all of it while making a video didn't take me very long. So it's up to you guys. We'll see you guys on the next one, and thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.
My dog absolutely hates the CLX 700 Sport. Check this out.